Welcome back to Popity.
Okay, to kick off this episode, I want to make an announcement that I am not being forced to the back. I'm not being forced to the back in our interviews. I'm just kidding. I wanted to make it very clear that for the last few interviews, sometimes I'm not as familiar with our guest and I feel more comfortable in the back and I'm hungry and I want to eat and I want to focus. But no, in all realness, I will come to the front seat at some point for the interviews, but Kristi's been holding it down up front and we appreciate it. Okay.
You guys, I've been telling him to sit in the front seat for these interviews. I'm telling you guys, when you're in the comments and you're like, Sloan is being ignored back there. Honey, no, I want him to talk.
I know. I'm going to make sure I'm a little. There's like some people, like we have that one really handsome guy that's coming on to the Reality Star who like I had to sit in the back. I needed distance. Okay, I get overwhelmed. But yeah, just want to let you guys know that we see you, we hear you, and I'm gonna ask more questions. Okay.
I think we need to just have people on that you like fully know, and then you'll be engaged.
Yes. Yeah. And also I think partly too, a lot of our interviews we like filmed like before the show actually started, and like I just was in my own little delusional world, like not knowing it was actually happening and it was real. We were both in delusional worlds. We were like, is anyone even gonna see this? Like, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep in the Rosanna one at some point. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine? No,
the Shay one, I just felt so bad because I knew you didn't even like the food and you were trying not to make it known that you didn't like the food.
I like had my glasses on the whole time. I feel like I look like a bitch in the episode, but I'm taking the notes.
Also, you know what happened in that episode, you guys? Sloan was in the back, like stressing because the cameras kept overheating.
Oh my gosh, that's what's so annoying about our cameras. Sometimes they get really hot in the sun, and even in the Tesla, it's got good AC, but I'm telling you, the sun just like makes these cameras turn off. Yeah. And I think we even had that in the Trisha episode. Like at one point, like the camera's like down on the ground because I am not great with the technology.
But in 2026. We got it.
Yeah. So speaking of 2026 and moving into 2026, we wanted to go down memory lane of 2025. Since we're getting close to the new year, we thought we'd talk about some of the craziest moments, like what we are still hung up on, because the year went really fast, right?
I believe.
That's just like us getting older, right? Like I remember when I was younger, it's like time felt like it was really slow because like if you're 10 years old, you only have 1 year to compare to like 9 other. But now that I'm like effing 30, I've got 1 year to compare to 30 and it feels like it's 30 seconds now at this point.
Yeah, I also just feel like school made it feel so long.
Oh gosh, because it was like pretty much prison, it felt like. I did not like school. I'm pretty sure in college I had I think I had like a 3.6 GPA. Really nice GPA, right?
Yeah.
And high school I had a 2.5.
No, that's me.
Really?
Yeah. I had like a 2 point something. And then in college, I actually did well.
Yeah, I did way better in college, but like high school was so horrible. I remember so many moments like meeting with the counselors and like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, everyone's bullying me all the time for being gay and I just hate school. Oh. I remember my first school was called Cow Pie High.
Wait, what?
It's called Cow Pie High. It was a prison. It's called Brentsville. Brentsville District High School is horrible. I went there, and there were so many cow farms near it. It smelled like cow poop all the time. So in our high school, like logo was literally like a cow symbol, the pie symbol, and then high. And that was the worst experience of my life. We had like trailers. Do you have trailers at your like high school? We had to go outside.
I did in middle school.
We had to go outside, and our trailers were rough. Everyone was mean there, but I made it out.
You made it out. I just couldn't do like standardized testing. Like I needed extra time. I'm a slow reader. And
did you do like SAT or anything like that?
Yeah. And our school was about the numbers. So if you were super smart and you scored really well on the practice SAT, then you got free tutoring. But if you did bad, then you were on your own and you had to pay. No. And I did bad and I was like crying. I remember because I was in broadcast and I was super into just anything that had to do with broadcasting. I wanted to be a journalist. And I remember we were doing some video on the SAT prep program and I was just like sobbing to the SAT teacher and he felt so bad that he started tutoring me on the side for free. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The test for me too. I remember one year I was like just the end of the year, but I wrote notes on my thigh and I had like shorts on. I just like, it was biology and, yeah, don't cheat. But also how did they get like how I cannot imagine being in school with ChatGPT.
Oh no, but they have like AI detectors. Remember we would have like plagiarizing websites that they would go in and be able to detect.
Now the AI calls out the other AI.
I think so.
But even like I just wouldn't even think deeper about anything because I would just ask.
I know. I'd be like, summarize this book for me.
Yeah, I do that nowadays just for articles and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's too much fluff.
Probably ask super specific questions on tests now, like stuff that the chat would not be able to
figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, also chat lies too. So before you go, you like cheat on your stuff. Like I feel like if you tell it, like, is this the right answer? Like, yes, of course, and it's like not because it just agrees with anything you say.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are the craziest moments? Let's kick it off.
I feel like there's so many crazy things that are standing out to me this year, but one of like the biggest ones was like JOJO Siwa going on Big Brother and then dating Chris. Like I still can't believe that even occurred.
Whatever happened to like what was their JoJo's partner's name? Kath. And I believe they go by they them. Yeah, that was so crazy because it went from like Kath like defending JoJo to like slowly realizing with the rest of the world that like wait, no, there's definitely more going on here.
Yeah.
And like JoJo Siwa like she gave me like lesbian vibes. Like when she came out as lesbian, I believed it. I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense, you know? So like, I think it is such a crazy like experience. If it gives like an experiment, like Big Brother, just putting all these people into this house and seeing how it changes them, because how the hell do you just completely switch like that? Like she was so lesbian and now she's just, but also like, I do think that like she's so,
I mean, JoJo had self-discovery while in the Big Brother house, and I just think it was really crazy watching it all unfold in the audience to be like, no, you and Chris are romantically together and what you did was inappropriate. And then for JoJo to come out and be like, no, we're just friends. I just love him a lot. And now it's like, well, you guys are dating, and maybe one of her like longer relationships, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I feel like she still won't own up to the fact that what she did in the Big Brother house was not really the nicest.
Definitely not. I think also, and I guess I understand a little perspective. She kind of like, because this is such a drastic change for herself, I feel like she kind of explains away the bad behavior by being like, guys, like this is all like self-discovery, like not really acknowledging like the consequences of like those things, like how Kath has to deal with it. And also it's so interesting, like not knowing like this new phase that you're entering into, because like that was such a controlled environment between her and Chris. Like if JoJo got to know who like Chris was on paper before she like actually went in there, do I think that she would have like been interested in him? Not at all. Like with his past relationships with cheating and him being like a playboy and this like thirsty reality star. Yeah, she really like she made him like more famous and more like credible, like because before like I feel like he was probably like the last pick for that season, you know? He was definitely not the first pick.
I didn't know him. I mean, I didn't watch that season of Love Island, but I just never ever would have thought JoJo Siwa would be dating a guy from Love Island.
Well, I would say one thing I do appreciate about her vibe now is that she does like look like she's embracing someone like more feminine side, but like also kind of still 100% like true to herself. Like she still looks like JoJo Siwa, still dresses like JoJo Siwa. She's still true
to herself. I think I would like if she just kind of owned up to some things sometimes, but I don't know. I think JoJo's just like, I'm doing me and like F whatever anyone's saying about me, but I'm like,
Betty Davis eyes. Betty Davis. It's haunting.
She's still doing music.
And I didn't actually mind her like last single. I actually listened to it. I remember I was traveling to Canada and I was like listening to it over and over again because it's the one where she's like, you know, kind of talking back to everyone, you know, in the world, like, and then with like Abby Lee Miller, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just love when like the lyrics are like meaningful to someone, and I was like, she kind of like ate it with that, but otherwise she's been kind of quiet. Maybe she's pregnant.
Stop! No.
Title: JoJo Siwa's pregnant.
Say that.
Is that that's not offensive? She wants what?
She does want to have a baby.
Jerry, and Harry.
She said she would have different names now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She grew up a little bit.
Yeah, but she does want kids. Whether Chris wants them right now, I don't know.
Well, I thought it was interesting too. After they finished with Big Brother, right? Like, so JoJo's kind of trying to figure out what to do with herself next, and I'm sure Chris is too. And like after Big Brother wrapped, supposedly they were like in meetings to have a reality show come out. So I'm like to try to sell one. So I could imagine them either filming that now or just no one wanted to pick it up, because I also saw reports that like they were having these meetings, but like no one was really interested, and it was something like an ITG, like one of those were like looking into it. And
I could see someone giving her a reality show, like something on Tubi. They're giving a lot of creators shows right now.
Yeah, well, she's JoJo's a little bit insufferable. You know what I mean? Like it would be kind of hard to have like a full reality show with her.
I don't know. I will say that sometimes JoJo does win people over in long form, not during interviews, but I do think like when people see a different side to her, like they did like her on Big Brother. Aside from the whole Chris situation, people did like seeing that side of JoJo. And also when she was on Special Forces, people really liked JoJo. Whenever they see her not being that character that she puts on, they like her.
Yeah, so then maybe the reality show would be really good for her. It's not like a YouTube video where she's like screaming at the camera.
Yeah, and like being crazy, but I don't know. Speaking of Love Island though.
Love Island, it was insane because as much as I wanted to not go to that island at all, like I wanted nothing to do with this island, it came to me. I mean, I had to talk about it in several instances because the drama was so bad.
No, the drama was crazy.
Like, why is the theme like racism for like Love Island? Like,
no, seriously, this season was nuts. I just feel like it's wild that we're still talking about it and like still getting news to this day about things that are happening with this summer's cast. And I'm very interested to see how Beyond the Villa will be with some of the people that are going to be on there, and if more people will be joining the Beyond Villa cast, because you know, a lot of the main characters I feel on this season, like Huda, Shelly, Alandria, Nick, Ace, they're not going to be on the spinoff.
Why can't Nick and Ace go?
They didn't. They just weren't on the list. Oh, they just
weren't on the list. Oh, yeah, because I saw like Graceland, the one. Yeah. So one person I've met several times is Graceland. She was on the show. She was supposed to come on our friggin' show, but yeah, maybe she'll come on one day. But yeah, we want her to come on. I actually met her. She was really nice. Yeah, she was great. Talked to her at dinner. She definitely like it. What's so crazy is that when you're in that world, you're so in that world. Where like I feel like I was at this party and like so many of them were there, and like you could see everyone reacting, and I'm like, who are they looking at? Because everyone just looks the same to me. They're all like normal ass people, but like they're like now superstar. Yeah, or just like other people. Yeah, like people noticing like, oh, they're walking in now, and I'm like, isn't that just like another basic like straight LA couple?
Oh, like the Love Island people were.
Yeah, we're there. I met like one of the guys too, Zach. Maybe?
Okay,
the one that she was friends with.
Yeah. He wasn't on the list to be on the new reality show. I was like, why?
Whose show is that? Is that Peacock show too?
Yeah. And so this summer it was Love Island and then Beyond the Villa with season 6 cast. So like Leah, like Serena, like all Janae, those people were on Beyond the Villa. It was like an after Love Island reality show.
But now it's coming back in a different way, like in its own show.
Season 2 is going to be with season 7's cast.
Interesting, right? Yeah. They've never done that before, right?
No, I mean, the first time that any Love Island cast got their own reality show was Beyond the Villa season 1. And I thought they were going to continue Beyond the Villa with the same cast. So I don't know if they got the boot. Like, they were like, no more. Season 7's more relevant. We're giving them the spin-off reality show. Or season 6 cast was like, we don't want to do it anymore. And they were like, okay, so we'll just have these people do it.
If I was one of those people going Beyond the Villa, I would do whatever I could in my power to stay in that franchise and stay on this endless vacation. They're one of the most beautiful places. I'm sure the food's decent. The food's got to be decent. Like
on Beyond the Villa, they're just like living their lives.
Oh, they're not going to. Oh, because it's Beyond the Villa.
Yeah.
Damn it! No, I would want to stay on that villa. Wait, so they're going Beyond the Villa? So just their normal lives?
Yeah, it's like them going to lunch together. It's a reality show. Just them moving in with each other. Are they still dating?
Oh yeah, I guess they would need to move in with each other and like really. I mean, that's a big show to form if you have to like pretty much move, because a lot of them from. I know Graceland's from like North Carolina.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm trying to think like only one couple. I think 2 couples are gonna be on the show.
Hopefully a breakup, right?
No, they can't.
Well, they can, right? It'd be great TV.
I don't know. I mean, they're like, maybe the other people I think will like hook up with each other or something, but they've already kind of like broken up and like gotten with somebody else in the cast already. Like that's already happened. Like Iris was with Pepe and then they broke it off and now she's back with TJ.
And is that playing out also on social media? Like we're not seeing that yet on TV, right? Because Beyond the Veil isn't like live, like how Love Island
like
is.
that already happened and they didn't get it on camera. They're too late. Her and TJ are together and I think they're just filming like maybe this week.
Oh, that would have been good stuff.
I know.
So
I'm sure they'll talk about it.
And like the biggest thing was racism, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder what's going to be next year's Love Island. So we got racism. What could be like misogyny?
No. Everyone needs to chill. Next season, everyone needs to take a breath.
Yeah. And I definitely, that Huda girl scares me. I remember I talked about her first because she was like, seemed so unhinged when she came into the show. And then now she's got like the laughing at the end slur thing, and good riddance to her. I was tired of seeing her. I
just feel like everything that's come out about this cast in the endless like back and forth, it's exhausting. It's like, and I see why Huda, Shelley, and Alandria, and Nick, and Ace like don't want to be a part of the reality show. They probably want nothing to do with the franchise anymore. But I don't know. I'm interested to see if, you know, in a couple months they're like, wait, I actually want to be on it now. Cause like maybe, I don't know. Ace is like, I need the relevance. I need to go back on. But
if you were single and you weren't Spill Sesh, would you go on? Like if you had like, what if you had like nothing else to, like what if you need to help, you know, you need to.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just like.
Would you get anxiety like going into that situation?
I just don't think I could do those challenges because the challenges are so like sexual. Ew. I just can't do. And like I also think that some of them are gross, where they like spit food in each other's mouths and then they spit it back into like baby birding.
Ew.
I just wouldn't be able to do that.
I know like the guys and the girls are obviously hooking up. I can't imagine what that house smells like. But what is there any like? Did the girls ever go on a girl or the guy ever go on a guy?
I think so, yeah.
Like if they have like they've like kissed or something?
Yeah, like
a challenge?
This season Sierra was saying she was bi and she was into Shelley for a second. I think it was Shelley. She like kissed Shelley. But yeah.
Confusing.
Not the confusing.
Confusing to keep up with. I'd be like, what, all these different people beyond the villa, across the street, on the island.
It was a lot, and it's still a lot.
Well, at least you are like the go-to person from that. I feel like if I ever need explaining, I go to your page, and you've already talked about it.
I'm very tapped in on the Love Island.
You are. Let's talk about Sydney Sweeney. I feel like nowadays, Sydney Sweeney is like at such a weird point in her career because she's had like several movies flop. Americana flopped. Kristi flopped. I love that Ruby Rose called out Kristi, like called out the film Kristi and called out Sydney Sweeney because she was going to have that role initially. And she said that the film itself was really great. And like the script, the story was great, but that Sydney Sweeney ruined it. And honestly, isn't Ruby Rose,
I didn't see that.
Is Ruby Rose like, why did I think Kristi was lesbian? Kristi wasn't lesbian because I thought I was going to say, isn't Ruby Rose lesbian? Now I'm so hung up on the JoJo Siwa of it all. Kristi Martin was not a lesbian. She was just a boxer. And she was almost killed by her husband. And Sydney Sweeney played this story and she tried to lean into the domestic violence and of that all, but the story fell flat. And now, between her ads this year, the horrible movie, I'm so sorry to Halsey for Americana. That's so sad.
That was crazy because I heard stuff about the press tour that they did. They told people that it was going to be a screening at the Desert 5 spot, which is like a rooftop bar here. And it ended up being the premiere. And when she walked in, I think you saw the video, maybe even posted about it.
She had that weird outfit on, right? I didn't love the headband. She's
getting out of the bus and they're asking her a question about the jeans ad, I think it was. That was at that screening. And they just had her go into like a separate room and they said like no filming. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like something going off with her team. I don't know if maybe they're leaning into this, like trying to get her kind of like at her low point just so that she can go back up because the acting is not hitting. So the the studios aren't going to want to invest into her anymore. And then like, I know she likes to be controversial and cheeky with her brand deals and things like that, but they're falling so cheap. I mean,
at first it was rumors that Zendaya didn't want to do any press with her. Now it's like the media outlets are actually picking it up that Zendaya doesn't want to do press with her. I don't know if that, I still don't even know if that's 100% true, because I'm pretty sure that came from Blind Item. Yeah. And then I remember I made a video about it and it did well, but then like no media outlets were actually talking about it. And then now they all started talking about it. So I'm like, okay, wait.
Is it real?
I know one of them was quoting me and I was like, I'm not like
I'm quoting a Blind Item.
I know. I kind of got scared. I did have a moment where I panicked.
I think when it comes to Sydney, I just feel like her team didn't know how to navigate the jeans ad, and then they try to like hide her a bit, and then I think they just started to be like upset with what was said about her. So now she's kind of coming off a bit like arrogant of like, I was just promoting jeans, like what about it? Well, and that isn't sitting right with people.
She talks so slow too. Like so slow. I'm like, is she slow? I feel like she's just slow.
No, I think she's just like very calculated with everything that she's saying. It's very calculated because of her team and everything. They want it to come off a certain way. And I think just there's a lot of things, whenever she's been in the press recently, it just hasn't made her come off the most genuine. And thus people aren't connecting with her. They're like, oh, I'm just not getting the best vibe from her. Some people are like, oh, she never should have been in trouble in the first place. And so they like what she's like saying, and they're like, you know, she should feel like that. But then a lot of people are just like, you know, why can't she just say, dang, like I didn't mean for it to come off that way. I messed up. That wasn't the move, and then move on. But instead she's like saying all this, like beating around the bush, and then she's kissing Scooter Braun.
Yeah, it's so weird. And I don't know, like I almost feel like part of me feels like when you just said the disingenuous, like she's not authentic, that is what resonates with me. And I wonder, like, you know, Paris Hilton has her like her voice, so she turns it like this, and then she goes back low. And the thing is, we all know that's just like how Paris does. And like I feel like it's actually like endearing. But like I feel like Sydney Sweeney is doing it in this way too, with the slow and the like, it's just jeans, like just trying to act like she doesn't know what she's talking about.
She doesn't care.
It's
like whatever. It's rolling off my back. I didn't see it. I'm not on social media. I was on set.
Like I feel like when I watched her talk, I feel like Anyone But You was a really great film for her.
Yes.
And when I watched her talk about it too, she seemed like proud and engaging with it. And now she seems like she's disassociated. Like she doesn't know what she's even really talking about.
Yeah,
just nodding through life.
Yeah, she's not having fun. She's and I think, you know, that comes with also like all the backlash she's been getting, but then that also turns people off to what she has to say in the future. I feel like
she just keeps making it worse. Like,
yeah. And the Scooter of it all, her being with Scooter Braun, I don't understand. But my only thing that I can see about them is that they're probably like, we were canceled, and they're like bonding over being canceled or misunderstood by the internet.
Yeah. And her behavior would be not okay, but I would say it would be easier to accept if her acting was better. The acting's just not great.
I like her in the rom-coms, though.
I did too. I think that's where she needs to be. I do want to hear how she speaks in the Kristi film. I wonder how she
I haven't seen any bit of that. But she was great in Euphoria. Like her crying, she was so good. So I know she's a good actress in the dramas, but I don't know. Maybe these movies just weren't the role for her. She was also good in Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah. Well, I think the craziest thing this year is the fact that a mainstream singer, I don't care when, that song that I kept hearing on TikTok, I didn't really know who sang it until
is ruined.
It's all of his music's ruined because David, D4VD, actually a pretty like respected musician as far as like, you know, working with Benny Blanco, working with a lot of different artists. What was the female artist that he worked with? I can't remember her name right now. I think she's like a Latina artist. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. Totally why am I blanking? It starts with a K.
Is she going to be at Coachella?
I think it starts with a K.
Caliuchis?
Yes.
Okay. So he went from like kind of being like a respected position in his career, going from being a streamer, a Twitch streamer, to creating music on his own and then getting a record label and things, to then like along the way developing a relationship with, I mean, as early it could be 11 years old, but for years with Celeste, his victim, or alleged victim, because the whole case itself is so suspicious. Like, why has LAPD not like acted sooner? I mean, I thought he would have been arrested right away for the 100%. Relationship with a minor.
100%. I just would not at least as of right now, I just did not think that we would be still having to say like alleged.
100%. And I also think it's insane. Like some of the things that are coming out as far as like what the family knew and stuff. Like, so this private investigator named Steve, he was hired by the guy that owns the house to like go through and to investigate on his own, because the guy that owns the house wants to know if someone was unalived in his home.
Yeah.
And like Steve found like this Build-A-Bear like certificate that had Esmeralda on it. Esmeralda is Celeste's cousin, older cousin, who has been pretty much covering for Celeste. It seems like throughout their relationship. She does not like me. She sent me nasty messages. Hey, Esmeralda. I don't care, because there's so much evidence that suggests that Celeste's family kind of enabled this and reported her missing, not because she was missing, but because they didn't want to get the truancy officer to get them in trouble for their minor kid not going to school. How do you feel about the David thing? Like, what did you know about David prior?
I knew of David. I went to go see him at Coachella this year.
You saw him? Wait, did you see the flip thing? Like when he hurt himself?
No. Okay, so I saw him weekend 2, specifically because he fell during weekend 1. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I want to get a clip if he's going to do the backflip and like redeem himself. And I knew his songs. I had known friends that went to go see him. And I think I saw him open for SZA in Miami. Oh my gosh, wow. I think, because my friend got merch. So I'm pretty sure he was the opener that night. But
so spooky, right?
It's so crazy to think about the fact that he was at Coachella and they're saying like he was wearing the matching headscarf that she had with him. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, that is in my phone. Like,
yeah,
the whole thing is so eerie. I mean, it's crazy to think that at first, when it first came out, everyone was thinking, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I can't believe that happened with his car and he's on tour. That, you know, he had nothing to defending him, thinking that there's no way that he is associated whatsoever. And that someone like stole his car or something weird happened while he was away. But then to find out he was associated with the girl, and to find out how long he's been associated with her age, it's disturbing. And it's even more disturbing to think that we don't have all the information and that there are still so many questions, and that he's just like walking free. Yeah.
And I mean, you mentioned earlier, like how there's like we're talking off camera, you know, behind the scenes things, how there's headlines saying that there's like no murder, essentially. They're not like,
I read that this week, that they were saying there was no murder.
Well, it's really suspicious too what's going on with David's case, because David hasn't been spotted since he was on tour and everything was canceled. His attorney, Blair Burke, is one of the craziest out here, like has been able to defend some of the worst people, and also is best friends with, you know, your old boss. So I don't trust anything that comes out of there, just because. Oh no! Because when he was, not to get sides, but people and the media who own media networks had cases against themselves at one point, and Blair Burke was able to get those taken away and off the record. Do you know about those things?
No, not really. I mean, I do know that when we're talking about certain news outlets, that they do have connections with people, and that's how they get their information. So that's how they're like writing stories. Like, people always said that about like TMZ and Britney, that they were very close with like the people that were keeping her just out of like from being free. And so they never wanted to like believe anything that they said, because that's where they were getting their information. Or like the Kardashians are very close with TMZ, so like they know that the stories are very calculated. And I had no association with any of that. I was so low on the totem pole that I wouldn't even know if that was freaking true or not, or whatever. But
like, or how they even like how they, the tips and stuff you're saying, like the soliciting and stuff, because I'm sure like
I know they have like connections and things like that, but you know, the biases and things like that, I don't know, I was not in the room for those things.
Well, Miss Burke scares me just because of, if she can do what she's done for other people, then she could totally help David out of this, and or at least get the charges, like, because right now what I would predict is that they're going to pursue concealment of a body. So not murder, but concealing a body, which is not technically, it's a misdemeanor. Like, it's not. Did you know that if you are in your house, right, and you have a friend over or a roommate, and your roommate dies, right, it dies in the room. Yeah, it's not illegal for you not to report it to police. Like it's not against the law. Like you're not obligated to report that to police,
weird.
Which is so weird to me. Like, so if I am like in college and when my roommate like dies and I don't tell police, you don't get in trouble.
I just feel like it's suspicious. Like why? Like I get at it like not right away because you're in a state of shock, but like, you know, like an hour later or something, you know, you're like, because why? If you have nothing to be afraid of, you're like not guilty, like why wouldn't you tell like authority like right away? I mean, I don't know. And when it comes to the David situation, them saying like it's not murder, the people on the internet right now are just like, okay, so how did she get in the car? You know, what's up there? And also she wasn't whole. That's like so disturbing to say, but you know, it's like how did that happen?
Yeah, like she didn't just dismembered herself.
Yeah,
like.
And so I mean, I guess what you're saying is they're trying to get him maybe for just trying to like discard the body.
Yeah,
but how is that not a crime? Or also, like how is that not as big of a crime? Like that to me, it's just like, how do we know she was really dead then?
Well, it's also scary too. We don't, because like the toxicology is taking forever, which means like they're having a really hard time determining it. I feel like it's not going to give us a great specific answer. But it's also interesting. I don't think the LAPD feel like they can even pursue a relationship charge because, I mean, yeah, we've got pictures, we've got evidence that they spent time with each other, but like I feel like those type of charges really come from like the victim advocating for themselves, and the fact that Celeste can't be like, yeah, he did do this. It's like even a text message and stuff. I feel like they can't if they don't have her.
Do they have her phone?
From what I've seen on Reddit, no one has any idea where the phone is, but they believe that David purchased the phone and David has had control over it.
But you think they would have to seize it?
I mean, you would think so too, but I do remember early on there was some, I can't remember what the text was, but it was changed in her Discord bio, like after the fact, after he was like already, everything was being exposed. So I do think he has access to at least her Discord account and made edits to it. And he's active still on Snapchat. He's got a Snapchat account.
What?
Yeah, you can go see he's active. He's got like the little green thing. And he's also been playing Fortnite.
Of course he is.
Yep. So we don't know where he is. He could be in Texas or he could still be here in LA. I can't imagine he would go back to Texas because of like extradition, but
he's probably just in hiding somewhere.
Well, he's got a few houses in Texas. He's got 2 homes in Texas that he owns. His family home and another one. But he had a few houses he rented, and they're all like near where I live. And I'm like, part of me like wants to go and like just look at them, but I also just I'm like scared too.
It's so disturbing. Like the energy around all of this is so eerie and disturbing, and like I don't know, it makes me feel weird. I
just don't want 2026 to be filled with another case like this. This is like I feel like a once in a decade. Like how many?
I know.
Has there ever been like a singer convicted for killing someone? Like I don't think a singer.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like I mean, like Tory Lanez like is in prison right because he shot Meg in the foot. But like I don't know. I don't know.
It's something this disturbing.
This is so
wild.
Much, especially the music videos and stuff. I saw there's some behind the scenes footage that was shared that he like said, quote, like I killed Celeste in my mind. That was back in January of this year.
All the stuff that was coming out and resurfacing, or people were looking at, you know, giving a second look, and they were like, wait, like that's weird.
It's disgusting.
It's so gross, but I'm
hoping for a more peaceful. Actually, well, I mean, you know, we love the drama, but that was just too dark. That's not drama. Like a little bit. Well, Love Island's kind of. I'm just gonna say
everything's been dark this year.
Right?
I mean
JOJO Siwa was probably the easiest one.
At least JoJo found some love, but holy. Everything else, we need some good vibes going into the new year. I'm hopeful.
Yes, and I hope you guys are having a great end of your year, whatever that entails. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.